Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, welcome, one and all, to the Casual Podcast. This is going to be a real laid-back podcast.
Real casual.
We don't have a whole lot to talk about.
I might not even talk. I might just, look through my Instagram or something, let Chris talk for 3 hours. That's fine.
I don't do Instagram.
And we're not doing 3 hours.
Because I don't know how.
Hour. We're doing an hour and we're out.
That's it. This is going to be
hour
just
10 maybe, hour 15 if I forget what we're doing.
It's a touch-base podcast. We're just going to talk about a few things. And I'm going to talk about a couple of things. We'll talk a little bit about football.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I don't know. I got some things to say, maybe.
Yeah.
If the right thing gets mentioned.
We were not going to go through our drafts or anything like
Nothing
that. But
cool
before
happened this week. Nothing.
No, and that's why there's nothing
no world
to talk
events.
about.
Come on, guys. Go out and kill someone so I have something to talk about.
Actually, something cool did happen. And we haven't talked about the Trump mugshot yet. We didn't talk about that last week.
Oh, yeah?
I thought it was a pretty good mugshot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Trump mugshot is new. That's that's a top 5 mugshot of all time.
But how come there was no sign in front of him,
Now, like my wife said, that's just his normal look when he's angry, so he didn't go out of his way. He was just angry. But I don't know. I felt like he leaned into it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. He was like, look, America, I'm pissed.
I enjoyed the mugshot.
But why wasn't there a little, Atlanta PD or anything in front of you?
Because I don't think it was that. Mugshot. I don't think it was that kind of mugshot, was it?
I think all mugshots have that.
This is like the third time he's had to do this. This is the first one that even made him take a mugshot. I mean, he had to do this in New York, I think, a couple times, but they would let him off the hook and not make him do the mugshot. I just thought
the mugshot itself always had a sign.
Yeah.
Atlanta PD.
But so what is? I don't even. I so don't care anymore. For one thing, Donald Trump. I've got to the point where I'm a Donald Trump fan. Like, I can just literally say that out loud. And
you gonna vote for him?
No. I don't want him to be president, dude. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
But I like to laugh at him.
And if you gave me the choice right now and put a gun to my motherfucking head and said you have to pick either him or Biden, I would probably pick Trump. And you know what I mean? And that's an awful thing to say. And that really shows you how Biden's gone. But the bottom line is, I am not voting for either of those two dipshits.
No, I'm not.
I can't do it.
If those are the two options, I'm not going to do it.
I'll vote third party. I'll fucking write in a fucking dead guy. Or you. Yeah, you're close to dead, so close enough.
Write me in.
Yeah, Chris T's for president.
Do that.
I'm not old enough yet. So
the goal is to get me 500 votes.
Are you old enough yet?
Yeah, I'm 35. And I was born in America. I mean, I won't prove it. I won't prove it.
You ain't seen my birth certificate, motherfuckers.
Fuck no.
No idea where it's at. You want to see pictures of
my
my
mom
pregnant?
I know exactly where mine is.
Can't find them.
My birth certificate, my first birth certificate when I got, I don't remember how many years ago. It still got my feet print on it. That's how they did it back then. They put your baby's feet on it. They dipped them in ink and
what's the point of that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but mine's got that.
I don't know if mine done it. I
don't think Southern
mine.
Nevada Memorial Hospital in Las Vegas.
Ooh-wee. I don't know where I was born. Somewhere. I was born in Cincinnati. I've never left this godforsaken city.
Well, I'm a world traveler. But I still got mine. But the mugshot, I was a little disappointed because I didn't see the sign. And I think that's the best part of any mugshot is the fucking sign. Sometimes they even make you hold it. You know what I mean? When you see them holding it.
I was meaning to get to this. What did he get arrested for? What's going on there?
Oh, these are all. Yeah, they're all.
Is this when he called the Atlanta governor and he's like, "Hey, I need 3,000 votes to just show up"? Is it that?
No, they're all stemming from his holding on to
illegal.
Classified materials. That's what all these are.
In Atlanta? I thought that was Florida.
Those are all, but I think half of them are national charges, aren't they?
I think you're wrong. I think this one has to do with him trying to influence the election results in Atlanta.
Oh, when he did that.
I mean, that was the state where he literally called up the governor and he goes, I need a certain amount of votes to show up, make it happen. And like that's a thing that governors can just do.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest, it probably is a thing that governors might be able to do. But you're asking a lot, buddy. All right. And then after the guy didn't do it, didn't Trump just throw him completely under the bus? Don't vote for him again. He sucks.
He's piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
And then
stinks.
I thought it was really unfair of the judge in Atlanta to make him pay $200,000 for bail. What the fuck is the point of giving Donald Trump bail?
I mean, he's going to make it.
He's going to show up in court.
He's going to show up in court.
You don't need his fucking money. He's not going anywhere.
You get the money back, right? Isn't that what bail
if you
works?
go back to court. Yeah, but the whole point is...
He can afford to bail it up.
But all they're doing is holding $200,000 of Trump's money.
Yeah, get a little interest on that.
It's not like he's a flight risk.
Get a little interest on that. Well, he is a flight risk, but he's not. If that makes any sense, he can definitely afford it.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna get out of here, but I'll still be back to run for president in a little while. But
and Trump would rather be dead than disappear. That's what he lives for.
That's what I'm saying. That is no flight risk.
That is 100% Trump's whole point of existence at this point. He's already made enough money to last him forever. Money's nothing to him anymore. He's already became the president. Power really isn't. Now it's just...
I think he likes the power.
Well, okay, it's power and fame, and that's probably why he wants to be president again. It's power and fame. That's the only two things he wants out of life. All right? If he had to just disappear and not be in the public spotlight anymore and stuff, he'd be miserable. He lives for that.
He does.
He's maybe the most...
and he's always had the public spotlight, but he never had it more than when he was president.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And now he's got a taste of that ultra power.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, we were actually making a joke about this, me and a guy the other day, that I can actually see Trump if he were to get elected again, which I don't think can happen. I just
I don't know.
I was watching some bipartisan fucking show the other day on what it would take for either one of them to win, and Trump's really on the outside. He's got to get like 90% of the Republicans, and then there's so many Democrats he has to sway, and according to them, the numbers just aren't there.
Is that for the popular vote, or is that for just winning the election? Because
that's to win the election.
I mean, he'll never win the popular vote.
No, that's to win the election based on all 50 different states. Yeah. But they're saying he's close, but the numbers just don't appear to be there to actually make it viable for him to win. But I could see Trump, if he did win, actually trying to fucking rewrite the fucking every fucking rule the government's ever had. Why do we need two-term limits for presidents? I think if they're happy, we should be able to be president forever.
That's the most disappointing thing with Donald Trump. I mean, he did all sorts of weird shit.
Can you see him trying that though?
Well, of course, but
trying to get his fucking.
I don't think he's going to ever get it through.
Oh,
so
nobody can get that through. Yeah. But I could see him making an attempt.
Well, he made an attempt to stay president.
You guys want me to be president forever?
Yeah, he made an attempt to stay president. I mean, no one's ever done that before where they're just like, hey, vice president, just say no, this don't count. Yeah. You can do that. I promise you can do that. The vice president Pence is like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm retarded, but not that retarded, buddy.
I'm nuts. I'm nuts, but not retarded.
Or either way you want to look at it. It didn't work. But what was most disappointing about Trump was going into the first election, no one of mainstream popularity ever spoke about term limits as much as Donald Trump. He would always say how he thought there needed to be term limits on Senate and Congress and stuff in order for us to ever really, have a good society. I don't think he's wrong about that. I think that's huge.
Well, how long's Ted Kennedy been the senator?
Isn't he dead?
Well, I mean, how long was he?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of those. I don't know why he was your throat too. But either way,
no, because he was forever since he was a young man.
They all are.
He was a senator for like 30 or 40 years.
Yeah. So is all of them. Mitch McConnell. So is all of them.
Yeah, those
Bernie Sanders has been doing it forever.
Kennedy's
at this
got
point.
Massachusetts pretty much.
But the problem is these people, once they get in, all they do is run for re-election and continue to do the things they have to do in order to bring in more money. And
because they get richer every term.
And that's the stuff you have to do in order to stay in power. Yeah. Now, if they only could be in there once, I mean, twice, okay, but let's say once. I like once. Maybe twice because you don't want to give up on someone that might be really good. Maybe give them a second chance. But I don't think you'll ever get the freedom as you do as when you don't have to rerun again. That's complete freedom. You owe nothing to nobody. Now, a lot of presidents and stuff, they still just go with the party line regardless because they know they're going to get taken care of by the party afterwards. Right. Yeah. But either way, you're going to have more of a chance of senators and Congress people actually doing the right thing instead of doing the thing that's going to keep them in office, which is never the same fucking thing.
Well, they I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Jimmy Carter or Gerald Ford that said, when you get elected president for the first time, your only job is to get reelected.
It is. That the first 4 years, that's your whole job is just to get reelected, and that's not cool. I mean, that's not maybe turn them into 6-year limits and only do one. Instead of 4 years, every 2 years, do 2 4s, just 1 6, and you're out.
Yeah, but on a different note, what if you did 1 6 and you had a guy that was just fucking outstanding? That was making the fucking country a better place and things were better than they've ever been. You don't want to get rid of him.
Well, that's what you had with FDR at one point, and that's why you did 4. And then eventually they're like, all right, man, we gotta go regardless, this might end up fucking us later. And it may have, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? We might have had fucking 10 Reagans. And he was already heading down south by the end of his.
Now, I got a question about that. In the case of someone like LBJ, okay, when you're vice president and your president dies and you become president, does that count as a term?
I don't think so.
So you can still have 2 more after that.
Yeah. If the dice shooter passes the dice in the middle of the roll, that don't count as your roll. You'll finish it, but that don't count as your roll. All right.
Yeah, but you get 1 more.
I think that's what they're basing the president thing off of is the dice game.
Okay, I mean, so So LBJ could have run 2 more times.
Yeah, he wasn't very well liked though, right?
No, so he didn't.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't alive because I'm not old as shit. But I did read a book or 2 in my life. So
I was alive for the end of it.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't alive when Kennedy was killed.
Hey, I read a book recently about.
I was 2 years away from that, pal.
I read a book recently about migrants, about a particular migrant coming from was it El Salvador down south, and then going through I don't know, some shitty countries and
Guatemala,
and Guatemala, and then Mexico, and then in America. This kid was 8 years old when he started this journey, and he was with none of his family. He was coming to his parents who were already in America. All right,
his parents left him there,
established residency in America. With his grandparents down there who were taking care of him, but now sent for him and paid coyotes and stuff to get him there.
Yeah.
He 3 times got busted. The 3rd time finally made it through or whatever. Either way, great book. It was called like Solito or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. I'm an awful book review person. But the bottom line is now everywhere I'm going, every time I see anyone of brown stature, I'm looking at them and I'm thinking about them running through the desert and shit. I'm like picturing them in this book now. You know, like they're hopping over fences. Everybody's became so much more real to me now that I read that book for some reason.
Well,
and then I realized that this guy's probably,
you know what's just from Arkansas. Funny about that, and what you see, what a lot of people see when you see the illegal aliens either swimming across the fucking Rio Grande or jumping over a fucking fence and running and dogs chasing them and all that. Yeah, it's like that in some places.
Oh, yeah, he had dogs chasing him.
But the border's very fucking long.
Huge.
And there's places you can cross where you don't see another fucking soul.
Well, every single time they got busted, it wasn't crossing. It was when they were already in America trying to make it to the spot where they get picked up and stuff. They never got busted on the
there's a neutral
cross.
zone. There's a neutral zone where Mexico can't come and where U.S. can't come.
Well, either way, I think that's not... they patrol that bottom area. And
if you go to the real populous cities, like you go down, you're in outside of San Diego where Tijuana is, or you're in Tucson. Now, those borders are heavily guarded. But you go 30 miles that way and there ain't nobody fucking there. I told you, when my brother-in-law owned a tile business, he employed all illegal immigrants. Best fucking workers, cool dudes. Mm-hmm. But one of them, every time one of them would get deported, they'll say, I'll be back in 3 days. And they were back in 3 fucking days.
A lot of them get deported to Mexico, and then there's coyotes down there all over the place.
But they didn't even have to use coyotes. They just didn't cross at fucking Tucson. They went down the fucking road about 20 or 30 miles. And
what's funny is this particular one I read, the meeting spot was always Tucson, but that's never where they crossed. They crossed at different spots, and then they'd get to Tucson, and then from Tucson they would divide up and go wherever they were going to go.
Right. Now, if you go Tucson here, Yuma here, it's going to be a bitch to cross either one of those. But right in the fucking middle? Mm-hmm. No, it's not that hard.
No, it's just desert.
You got literally 1 or 2 border agents covering.
I mean, it's hard still because they got helicopters, they got infrared cameras and stuff where they look, from the helicopters so they can see the light. And it's still not easy.
But
it's not as hard as it could be, I guess. I don't know.
With him, he had illegal documents. He had an illegal driver's license, which is good enough to get you across the border half the time.
Yeah, well, these people all had it, and it worked in Mexico, but it wouldn't work in America kind of thing. Yeah. So they could get, they could pretend like they're Mexican, but good luck otherwise.
Well, a lot of these places...
But even then, like, if they couldn't really talk. So when the whole time when they're on their journey and when they were in Mexico, they spoke Spanish. But to a Mexican, they can tell you're not, you're from El Salvador. You're not from Mexico. It's a different kind of Spanish, different kind of accent, and everything.
See, like
so that's how they got busted the first time was they got busted in Mexico and sent back down to El Salvador, or not actually to El Salvador. They got sent to the one in between, Guatemala. Yeah, and that's another funny thing. That's how every country just does they'll send it to the one below them.
Yeah.
So if let's say you're coming from El Salvador and you go through Guatemala, they'll send you back to El Salvador. But if you make it to Mexico, they'll just send you to Guatemala. But if you make it to America, they just send you to Mexico. Regardless of where you're from, you just get thrown in the country below you.
Do.
Like,
but the funniest fucking thing is, like, I was told that the Mexican border between Mexico and Guatemala is just like our borders here. The Mexicans don't want the Guatemalans.
No, not at all.
They don't want them.
No, it's a big deal. That's why they kept on getting sent back.
Yeah, and I think I think the balls are this fucking big. How the Mexicans down there are going, we don't want these illegal immigrants coming in our
But it's
country.
always like that. It's just a class thing. Each class looks down at the class below them for whatever reason.
Yeah, and apparently Guatemala
you'll
is
have
so
welfare
dirt poor.
recipients looking down at the homeless. Then I'm sure, I don't know if the homeless have anyone to look down on, but either way, maybe they look down at stray dogs, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
You can't even find a home.
Person. You're not even a fucking person.
Look at me peeing standing up.
But it's like being from Arizona, I know of a lot of people that got deported. And really, when you get deported from Arizona to Mexico, they put you on a bus. and they drive you across the border. They open up the door, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, like right off the border.
It's not like you go in there and go to jail.
No.
They cross the fucking border, open the door, and you know what these guys do? They go to a family member's, they get a night's sleep, they eat. See you later. I'm back.
Now, you do go to jail, and this was written in 1999, but you did go to jail on the third if you got busted 3 times. They'd take you across the border in Mexico twice, but if you got busted 3 times, then you had to go to jail for a certain amount of time. I forget what it was, but at least that's what they were threatening.
But see, and they're saying that a good 10% of the border agents are fucking being paid. Like when
of course.
When I smuggled steroids that time, which I didn't know was such a big deal. I truly didn't know it was like doing heroin. But I went down there with a buddy of mine to buy steroids. The fucking pharmacist took us in the back and taped them to our legs and told us which lane to go to in the fucking border. I mean, the pharmacy was literally 500 yards from the border crossing.
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you want to go to number 4? The guy will be wearing this kind of hat or whatever."
That's crazy. They were talking about also hanging out at the border waiting for their coyote or whatever the fuck to come to take them across. And the border patrol would let the homeless go in and out. Like they just had like a regular walk-through door, and then the homeless guys would walk into Mexico, and they would be like, "Hi, Tom." And Tom would go over there and get all of his Mexican Percocets and get all fucked up, and then walk back.
All that shit's real too.
I know, and that just cracked me the fuck up, because that would be my favorite part, I think, of being a border guard. I'd want to just do that door where I just deal with the homeless guys all day that are walking through, and I don't give a shit because I want them to go fuck up Mexico.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They're like, "Hey, shit over here, Tom. Once you get back to America, clean up your act."
But that shit
son of a bitch.
That shit is so fucking cheap over there.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
of course.
When we went over to buy steroids, that's when I was doing the stupidness of taking steroids. It's like the stuff I would pay $200 here, I got for $20 over there.
Yeah.
And all I had to do was tape it to my leg and bring it. Now, I found out later that if I would have got caught, I'm looking at this is like smuggling cocaine or heroin. I had no fucking idea. I would have never done it.
Well, okay, let's build off of that. What is the thing that you have done that would have got you the most jail time?
That one.
If you got busted. Was it that one?
Well, because I spent about $500 over there, which over here would have a street value of about $20,000.
Yeah.
And I had both my legs totally taped up with roids, because not only was I buying them for me, I was buying them for my other stupid friends who fucking took steroids.
And you were going across the border, so yours would have probably got more jail time than
I would have got serious jail time. My buddy told me that if we got caught and busted, he said, which you won't, because I do it twice a year, we were looking at 20 years.
Yeah, I had one time, and I don't know what the actual laws are on this. At one time, I had I got pulled over, and I had a jar, what they called a jar of ecstasy, which was 100 pills. All right, I had a sheet of acid, which is
dipped.
Well, I don't remember, but it was gel tabs. But 100 hits, and I had a half pound of marijuana in my car.
Oh yeah, that's life, dude.
I don't think I would have got life, but I heard at that time, and I don't know if it's true, I think this might be one of those old wise tales, that acid they would count as a manslaughter. Like if you got caught selling acid, or if you're selling, they would not just do like drug, they would do manslaughter because it could kill you.
Yeah.
I don't believe that now looking back on it, because a lot of drugs could kill you, heroin and coke. Wouldn't that be manslaughter more than acid? The chances of you dying in heroin are a lot higher.
Yeah, but the sheet of acid is intent to sell.
Yes, no, all of it was intent to sell. And at that time, acid and ecstasy were pretty hardcore drugs, and I think you got a decent amount of jail time for intent to sell on those. The funny thing is, I don't think I was selling the ecstasy. The acid was definitely intent to sell, because I never really was a big acid head. I was selling that shit. I could get at that time I could get a sheet of acid for $100. So that's $5, or no, a sheet $100 100 hits, $1 a hit basically, and I could sell them for $6 a hit.
Yeah,
the gel tabs $6-7 a hit. So that's $600 profit. Boom, and I could do that in a day, easy. So I was doing that, but the ecstasy, we were just really doing a lot of ecstasy. So I think that was personal, even though it was 100 pills, we would pass them out, and I would pay
that's
for
why
them.
There's a number,
and I would pay for them through the money that I made off the acid. So basically, it was a free party for me and all my friends with the ecstasy. Well, I think I'd still charge most of them, so I probably still made some money on that too. And I wasn't really selling.
A guy
as much
I know
as my friend
in
were.
Fairfield was an acid salesman. That's
so I think we both did something that probably got us about 20 years of busting.
Yeah, well, this guy
was all said and done.
Went to one place and he bought 5 sheets of acid, the paper.
Yeah.
And he normally what he would do is he would drive down to Covington and the guy would dip it.
Mm-hmm. That's old school shit, dude. I was past that. You know what I mean?
But that's what he did. He would dip, just drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
did that. So he got busted with the sheets, and apparently these cops have been looking at him. They knew who he was, but they pulled him over. They found the sheets, and he had 5 sheets. So you're talking 500 hits. Mm-hmm. And he was real cocky. He's like, test it. There ain't shit on there. no acid on there, blah, blah, blah. But when he got a lawyer and he went there, his lawyer told him, with this much acid, you were looking at life if you got busted.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
No, they were very real weird about it. But that particular cop didn't look in my car. I handled it, I guess, good enough where the cop just, he's like, it was also on my street. I literally was on my parents' street.
Yeah.
I pulled on there. As soon as I pulled on there, the cop pulled me over. And I was like, I live right there, buddy. And I was going like 12 over, which is fucking retarded. They have that many drugs on me and going 12 over the speed limit.
Yeah, you go pretty much right on the speed limit.
I was like 19. So what are you going to do?
But see, the thing about it is, I think I did that stupid shit in 99.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's funny. I think mine was also in 99.
Was it?
Yeah.
I would have, had I known what the repercussions were, there's no way I would have done it.
I think I knew the repercussions. I didn't give a shit at that point.
I wouldn't, because I've always been a don't do anything that'll send you to jail.
Yeah.
I've never been arrested. And I'd be like, it's not that I'm scared to go to jail. I just don't want to go to jail.
I always had I would do plenty of things that would send me to jail, but I always had to be smart about it. And that was definitely a lapse there where I'm going over the speed limit when I got a lot of drugs on me.
Yeah.
But I was probably fucked up. I mean, if I had that much drugs on me, there's no way I wasn't on drugs. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're just going to have that and not do them?
Yeah.
I'm sure I was fucked up on something. And bottom line is I never went to jail in my whole life. Knock on the wood. I don't really do anything that would send me to jail anymore.
See, I don't either.
I mean, I guess every once in a while you might be able to get me on a DUI or something like that, but even that's pretty rare for me. Probably more often for you, but either way.
It's not more often than me, because normally if I'm going to get shit-faced, I don't drive.
No, but you could have got a DUI just yesterday or 2 days ago.
I could have, but I wasn't drunk.
Doesn't matter. You were legally drunk. I'm saying we're talking about doing things that can put you in jail, regardless of where you were mentally. You were legally in the position to go to jail, which I do, I guess, all the time too when I'm, hitting my vape pen and driving around. I guess technically that's illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
So yeah, I could have gone to jail big time for the steroids. I would have never done it had I known. Which when we got back and he goes, "See, dude, it's easy." He goes, "Imagine we could have got 20 years for this." I'm like, "What?"
Hey, another reason why I'm a Trump fan this week, and I just thought of this, but we'll go with it.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Not working.
See, the segue would have been so cool if it would have worked.
It still works a little bit.
I need a hero. Holding out for a hero. Doug Morning Light. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast, and he's got to be larger than life. I need a hero.
Hero.
All right, my hero of the week, man. This guy was cool as fuck. I had to go down this week, and Carmen had some kind of testing done at UC. It took 2 hours. Or no, some kind of infusion for her migraines. Took 2 hours, so I had 2 hours downtown to Uber. So I decided to do the Avondale runs, just stay local. I don't mind Avondale. Avondale's not that bad of a ghetto in Cincinnati anymore. I'm sure there's still parts, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, Avondale, especially during the daytime, is pretty safe for me. But they weren't all Avondale. Anyhow, I was in that area. And I pick up this one black dude at I pick him up at some kind of mechanic shop, and he owns another shop, some kind of detail shop. He said he had just dropped the car off. And we just start chatting. And this guy was cool, man.
Was he?
Right off the bat, one of the first things he said to me was, "Hey, man, you know what? Obama dating a man." Right off the bat. Goes straight into Big Mike. He starts talking about Big Mike. All right, and this is a black guy, so it kind of threw me off. And then
I didn't think any black people thought that.
Well, this guy was a black Trumper, it turns out.
Really?
And when that's how we started talking, because he just starts giving all this stuff, and then he said something about Trump, about liking Trump. He said, "I'd rather Trump be president than Biden." He says Biden's going to legalize pedophilia. He's like, "That's coming any time now, man. They're going to legalize pedophilia. Everybody's going to be out there just fucking kids because that's what they want, man." He's talking like that to me.
No, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
He's like, I'm surprised Obama didn't do it. He's having sex with men all the time. He's like, Michelle's a man, right? And then he goes right into that. He's like, "You never seen a picture of her pregnant, have you?"
We saw one. We looked it up.
That was fake as fuck. We both know that. Oh. But we'll have to look. I'll have to actually do some research. There has to be. There probably isn't. There can't be one unless people would have already found it. There's no way that one's floating around and people haven't flaunted it yet, and I haven't seen it. Either way, I do not think Michelle Obama's
the kids are adopted?
Huh?
Kids are adopted?
I didn't ask him about the kids, man. We didn't have that long. It was actually, I picked him up down by the on the West End, down by the new stadium, the soccer stadium, and took him to East Walnut Hills. That's where his ride was. So it wasn't that long of a ride. We didn't have that long to talk, but he did let me know that pedophilia is going to be legal at any point now. And he's like, and that's the gateway, man. Next will be fucking animals. He's like, it's going to be fine just to go fuck farm animals,
You tell them they already are.
That's what I said. I was like, dude, don't think people aren't out there fucking goats right now.
As we speak.
And he just started laughing. He's like, I know. He's like, but now we're going to do it just in public. It's not even going to be a big deal. He's like, that's the way America's going. And he said he's going to vote for Trump. And then I was like, Man, I didn't really. I was like, I'm starting to notice that more and more black dudes.
There's a lot of
especially black
like
dudes
Trump.
in that age range, from like 40 to 55. You know what I mean? Those middle-aged, young middle-aged black guys that just they kind of dig Trump. It seems like they don't, and
for a lot of reasons.
And I said that, and he's like, they're all bullshit, man. He's like, what I liked about Trump is at least I knew what he was saying. He meant it. And
that's true.
It's true, but it's not. The guy lies constantly.
Oh, he does. So but what I'm saying
it's
is,
hard to say that the guy
shit.
that says what he means because he lies constantly and he's constantly full of shit. But I do understand what people are saying when they say that, and that's kind of the part that I like about Trump, even though I hate the way he thinks.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's a little bit more honest than a regular politician, I do dig. I don't know. This dude's my hero of the week. You don't meet many black dudes like that. The first thing they talk about is Big Mike out there and Obama. That cracked me the fuck up. And I need more people like that to make my 5-minute rides entertaining.
I don't think Michelle Obama's a man.
No, I don't either.
I don't think she ever was.
But it doesn't matter. I'm going to call her Big Mike for the rest of my life.
I think a lot of people will
That's
now.
a great name, dude.
But, I mean, think of some of the things that, I mean, I'm not generalizing here, but a lot of the black community is against LBGT. They're against the trans stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They don't want Biden because he's for all this stuff. We don't want that.
I don't know.
But
it's
a lot of other stuff. But bottom line is Biden said, here's what I'm going to do for the different ethnicities in this country. And he hasn't done shit for anybody.
Well, no one did.
I know, but
That's
the whole
the problem.
point is, it's like you can, if you lie to them, you lost them.
That had to be the most disappointing for the black culture is that Obama became president, was president for 8 years, and really didn't do much to help black people.
Nope, he did
I mean,
not.
I guess you got the hope that he provided, that the fact that, look, we can do it, we can become president. I mean, that is a lot in itself. I understand that. But actually in office, while he was in office, he didn't do a lot of things that helped his community.
No,
he really didn't.
He was very down the road.
He was a very run-of-the-mill president.
Yeah.
I mean, the greatest thing about Obama is you could put him out in public, and he's not going to embarrass you as a country.
No.
You know what I mean? He's going to make America look decent. Whereas, you put Trump out there, he's bound to say something fucking stupid anytime. You put Biden out there, and he's bound to forget where the fuck he's even
that
at.
interview's everywhere again now that the presidential election is getting close. Oh yeah, I'm famous. I just grab her by the pussy. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
again.
great shit there. Well, that's when he was cool. And that's still him, guys. Don't get it twisted. That's still Donald Trump. Trump's still out there probably wanting to grab some pussies, but he does know that he can't do it as freely anymore.
Yeah.
But think about it. Obama was out of the last 5 presidents is the first one to not make us look like idiots on a national or on a global scale on a regular basis, because George Bush was a fucking moron.
George Jr. was
Jr.
George Sr. wasn't that bad.
George
he was
Sr.
very run-of-the-mill.
He was run-of-the-mill, and he didn't do much.
But I'm saying he didn't make us look bad.
Yeah. Bill Clinton in the beginning didn't make us look bad. The whole witch hunt at the end about the blowjob made the country look bad.
Well, that wasn't a witch hunt. It was true. It was absolutely true. He
No, it
shoved
was
his
true,
cigar
but-
in her pussy, and
Yeah, but she had it coming. She wanted it.
did you see the way she was dressed?
Yeah, dude.
But the whole point
It
is,
wasn't rape. She agreed.
but see, the whole thing about it was with the Clinton thing, and most people have forgotten about the Clinton thing, but if he would have just said, I did it, things would have got a lot smoother for him from
Oh,
that
yeah,
point.
like everybody.
But the denial.
But the
And
thing is, he didn't say he didn't do it. He just tried to play the English
I never
language.
had intercourse with
Yeah,
that
he
woman.
just tried to play the English language. He was like, the guy's a Rhodes Scholar. I don't care what anybody says about Bill Clinton.
Every president is intelligent.
No, not every president is intelligent.
They're all intelligent.
They're all intelligent compared to your normal dum-dum on the street.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying, these are all, most of them,
No.
Ivy League educated
But-
people.
Bill Clinton is intelligent compared to intelligent people. He was a Rhodes Scholar. They pick like 12 people a year
Yeah.
for that. That's a different level of intelligence. It's like everybody in the NFL is good, but not everybody in the NFL is Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? So that's the difference there. And I'd argue, though, that George W. Bush was not that bright. He was a C student, and
But he was a C student at what, Yale? Or
he would have never gotten to Yale if his dad wasn't the
Well, that's
fucking
true.
leader of the CIA and also a member of Yale to begin with. His
That's
dad
true.
was a very intelligent man.
But I mean, obviously, yeah, C student, but he was still smart enough to get into Yale.
And Obama was very smart. Trump, I don't know how smart Trump is.
Obama went to Harvard, I think.
No, Obama was very smart. I mean, still don't think he was at the level of Clinton, though. I mean, it's still a different
Well,
level.
no, but what I'm saying is, it's like, all right, you got to know how the media is, and it's like, okay, I fucked her with a cigar, she sucked my dick, and I came on her dress. Your advisor's got to say, you know what, dude? It's going to get figured out that you actually did this. So
But what do you mean by is? That was one of his big sticking points in argument.
And when he said, I never had intercourse,
is...
and I don't think that was ever proven that he actually stuck his dick in her.
I don't
but
think he
getting your
did.
dick stuck in the Oval Office and blowing your nut on her fucking dress while you're banging her with a cigar, that's going to get found out.
And you know what? You know what also he did? He got rid of the deficit. I don't care if he has a row of bitches going in there and sucking his dick off.
I'm with you.
I mean, this is the least about... I know it's the same thing I was saying about the Biden's son last week. I don't give a fuck what his son does if Biden was worth a shit. You know, if Biden was in there just killing it and solving America's problems, I don't give a fuck if his son is shooting up heroin in his dick every day on fucking Facebook Live. Don't care. Doesn't affect my life, all right? But I do care if my country's ran well, and Biden can't do that. So I don't like him for that reason.
He
all right?
But neither can Trump.
And to be fair,
Trump can't either.
I think Clinton might be the luckiest president we've had in the last 50 years because he was the president during the internet boom. So it completely shot up the economy, and it was a new economy. There was never an economy like that before, and it became huge. And he was the guy that was in charge when that happened. He didn't make it happen. And if you really look at Bill Clinton's actual political record while he was president, nowadays he would be considered a Republican. I mean, some of the shit that he did, it was very neoconservative type of stuff. But back then, the Democrats weren't as left then. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I like.
They were still
one thing I liked about Clinton is that he didn't go among party lines just to go along party lines. But
if you talk to Republicans back then, they would say he's the most left-wing guy ever. Yeah. But nowadays you look at him and he wasn't really, he was a moderate Republican back then. Nowadays, moderate Republicans don't really exist.
But he did have the most fucking crazy liberal nut job vice president in Al Gore. Al Gore was a nut job, and his wife, Tipper.
Al Gore is just Al Gore. Again, who gives a shit about vice presidents?
But see, here's the one thing. I think
they just talk a lot.
Yeah, Clinton was a smart guy, and he was not a terrible president.
He wasn't awful, I guess. I don't know. You can look at a lot of things that he did that eventually helped the 2008 collapse. A lot of that stuff was started with Reagan, continued under Clinton. Where Clinton took Reagan's shit and made it even worse as far as for democratic values. So, I mean, you can look back and put just as much of blame on that meltdown that we eventually had on Clinton as we did anyone else. I don't think we've had a good president, man. Not in my lifetime. In my lifetime, we haven't had a good president. We've had some people that give good speeches. We have some people that look better than others. And we have definitely some real shit ones, so they make the mediocre ones look all right.
But the president doesn't have the power that we think he has. You got to get through Congress and the Senate for everything that gets done.
Yes.
So, you do.
But you also have the mic. And I feel like if you have the values and you have the and you're doing the right things and you got the mic, you can influence the American people to go that way. And if they follow you strong enough, the other ones have to. They don't have a choice.
But
we've
even
never
if you
had
have the mic, you can't influence the Congress who is on the other end of the scale.
No, you don't influence them. The other side you can't influence, basically, unless you can reach both sides, which has just never happened because everybody has to, toe their party line so much. Yeah. If you actually had a true fucking independent that could speak to the people, you'd be amazed at what they could do. I just don't think it's ever really happened. Who, Ross Perot?
Ross Perot.
Well, he had those charts, man. Charts are confusing for people that didn't graduate high school.
Ross Perot fucked himself. He could have been truly the first independent president that could have made a difference. He was a smart motherfucker.
Well, he's a hardcore libertarian. I don't know if it would have been a good difference or a bad difference. I guess it depends on what you think about libertarian policies.
He didn't bail out. They say he wins that election if he didn't drop out the first time and then get back in. They say he had a legitimate shot for it.
I don't think so.
But when he left, then all the favor that he had went in other directions, and he had no chance when he came back.
We've been talking politics way too long. Let's get out of this shit.
Well, we said it was going to be a boring show. Let's talk football then.
Hey, we promised mediocrity, and we're fucking delivering.
Before we go football, hey, let's congratulate Scott Knopf.
Scott Knopf, congratulations.
Come on, dude. What the fuck were you thinking?
All right.
Hey, you got the button for that?
Someone's gonna die.
All right, now we've talked about this.
We don't know, so we gotta keep score for
you're gonna die.
I hope you die, so I can win a cheap bottle of liquor and get real drunk.
All right, that's a long one, but
now see the thing I love about that song, even though I can win a cheap bottle of liquor, that's great. And then you will die. No, we don't die because we lost.
That's not what he said.
And you will die.
He's talking to the people that died, not us.
All right, well, here's what I'm saying. Scott turned in his death pool, I believe, right around the deadline. It was January when he turned it in.
I don't remember.
Or maybe it was December.
No, you're thinking about Theo.
Okay, Bob Barker's birthday is like, I was told October or November.
He almost got the big 100.
He got to be a big 100. So he selected him at 99.
Yeah, he took a chance because after October, he would have been a useless pick.
Yes. He selected him. He was already 99 when he picked him.
Mm-hmm.
So the very most he could hope for is 1 fucking point. I never looked at Scott as one of those guys that just wanted to be on the board. I thought Scott wanted to win. Or was he thinking that I'm gonna take this one in case nobody else dies?
He texted me. He said, Bob Barker, 1 point.
Did he?
Yeah. So, yeah, Bob Barker passed away this week. Legend.
I think he was counting on nobody else in the pool dying and him winning with 1 fucking
It
point.
could happen. I don't typically go for those people that are real close to death, but I don't mind the pick 1. You know what I mean? Just to get on the board, just to see what happens, and you never know. I mean, it could win it. Chances are not. You know, it's never happened. We've always got up in the 30s. I think the winner's always been at least in the 30s.
Because there's always going to be some cancer-riddled fucking
well, everybody had that
Rush Limbaugh's
Yeah,
out
everybody
there.
had that giveaway in Rush Limbaugh. And now, granted, only like 4 of us took it, but still.
But I mean, there was some surprises. Nobody expected Pee Wee Herman, but he died. He gave me 30 points, and I'm sitting there. But as long as you got Daddy White, Paletti in the pool, you're never assured of anything.
They arrested
This guy predicts death.
Another wrestler, 2 wrestlers died this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
One being Terry Funk. Terry Funk was up there in age. I think he was almost 80 years old. And for all y'all that don't know wrestling, Terry Funk was the original hardcore legend. Everybody knows like kind of Mick Foley and all that shit falling off the cage. Terry Funk was his hero. He's been around forever. He was the guy that gets slammed on thumbtacks and nails.
I think Terry Funk was in Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
Might have been. He's been in a bunch of different shit. Terry Funk was a fucking legend in the wrestling world. But he was 80, so I mean, no one's. But everybody's surprised he made it to 80, dude. The guy has been dropped on his head on nails like 50 times. It's amazing that they
being
made
a
it that long.
WWE or WWF wrestler, I wouldn't expect a long lifespan. Dude.
Typically not.
Died.
Now the thing with Terry Funk is I don't think he was ever a big steroid abuser or anything like that, and I don't know his history as far as
no,
drugs
he was
and
never
alcohol.
shredded. He was just big.
So I mean that kind of helps those guys to not die super young, you know, because they didn't fuck up their heart and everything with steroids, but you know, he was 80, so it was but Bray fucking Wyatt died this week at the age of 36.
Is that all he was?
Only 36 years old. His real name was, I believe, Barry Rotunda.
Rotunda. Mike Rotunda? No.
Mike Rotunda, maybe, yeah. Barry was his dad, I think.
Yeah.
His dad was a wrestler, too.
Yeah.
A big wrestling family. Died at 36 from basically COVID.
Is that what it was?
COVID's still out there taking people. To a certain extent,
Yeah.
he got COVID real bad at the beginning of the year and started having bad heart problems based off the COVID. Gave it to him. Now, obviously, he didn't have COVID still, but the heart issues lingered on. He had just seen his doctor earlier that day, his heart doctor, who gave him a defibrillator that he was supposed to wear, and he wasn't wearing it. Took a nap, never woke up. 36-year-old, had a heart attack in his sleep, passed. You know, this is like, he was a big guy.
I think the roids do all kinds of damage.
I don't know if he was a roid guy.
He's a big dude.
He was fat, though. He was big and fat.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just a big dude. I think his dad was a big dude. I don't think he's a roid guy. I really didn't think he was a steroid guy.
You look at
I could be wrong.
Ultimate Warrior, Rick Rude guy's obviously
Yeah,
roid guy.
yeah,
But,
come
you
on.
know, but I think these guys have to take something just to be that fucking strong.
Hulk Hogan's still out there kicking, and that dude was pumped on the roids for a long time.
Yeah, he was.
You know, there's still some guys out there that are
Ric
still
Flair?
kicking. Ric Flair's still out there. Ric Flair is a modern day miracle.
Yeah.
All right, because not only should, I mean, they were saying during Ric Flair's prime, he's drinking a couple bottles of whiskey liquor every single day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to do that and taking painkillers and taking steroids, I mean, that guy, he should not be alive.
No, he shouldn't.
And I think he did die like a year ago and came back.
Really?
he was.
Woo!
He was real close before.
And now suddenly he's relevant again.
Ric Flair.
Well, I mean, he had that fucking show on Netflix.
He's never not going to be relevant. As long as he's alive, he's still going to make some kind of a living just being the fucking Ric Flair.
You know, the thing, I got to say it, and you're going to disagree with me, but I'm actually looking for an answer here. Mm-hmm. I don't fucking get it.
Get what?
I understand, hey, Ric Flair, cool, watch these guys jump off the fucking thing. I don't understand immersing yourself in wrestling the way that so many fucking people do. It's a fucking TV show.
It's a TV show. It's a TV show just like it, and it's a forever running TV show, so it never stops. It's no different than people that immerse themselves in Game of Thrones. But just imagine if that was every day or every week for your life.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
see, Game of Thrones wouldn't do 100 spin-offs like Monday Night Game of Thrones, Thursday Night Game of Thrones, Friday Night Game
I don't know. We got House of Dragons. We got the Jon Snow coming up. I'm just saying it's just a show. I don't know. Well, I mean, you immerse yourself in the NFL. You know, we all immerse ourselves in different sports.
I do, but the difference is I immerse myself on Sunday.
Yeah. And Thursday. And Monday.
Thursday there's one game. Monday there's one game.
There's only one game every time on the wrestling. It's just a 2-hour show.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is these guys that really, I mean, there's guys, we work with some, that you can ask them the history of any of these guys, and they'll tell you where they were born and what their fucking
Yeah, dude, I know a decent amount of stuff. I'm not as bad as some, but no, I get it. I just look at it as sports. It's just like sports, or if you can.
Is that a sport?
That's not the point. I said I look at it as sports.
Okay.
I ain't saying it is sports, but it's the same way as I immerse myself in the NFL, the way I immerse myself in the UFC shit, the way some people immerse themselves in the comic book world, some people with the fucking magic cards. You know, there's a bunch of different things that people get into. I look at it just as anything else.
Now, what if you combine
video games,
football and wrestling, and before the first kickoff, you knew exactly who was going to win and how they were going to do it. You could set up like 90-yard bombs where this guy runs into his own player. That's what I'm saying.
Not interested. It's a different thing.
I don't know, man. What if these guys actually wrestled? What if they actually did all this shit?
You got to remember, a lot of times wrestling, for a lot of us, that's not the best part, is the match. Like that's
it's the drama behind it.
It's the storyline, the backstage stuff, the behind the scenes stuff that they don't even put on TV that you follow. I mean, like it's super nerdy shit when you really break it down. You know,
I just never got it.
The real people that are into wrestling, you know, they don't believe that wrestling's real. They don't give a fuck if you win or lose. They care about the storyline. They care the way it was put together. Did he lose right? Did he sell the move? You mean like someone like Shawn Michaels? It was his offense, and wasn't never his best part. Shawn Michaels' best part was the way that other people would beat him up and how he would react to it. Same thing with The Rock. The Rock was so great at getting beat up and then making the comeback or whatever. It made it so entertaining. So it's the whole fucking package.
But do you think they go a little too far in some places where, like when The Undertaker would come out and the lights would blink and his fucking eyes would get red? And that's a little much, don't you think?
For what?
It's a little fucking cheesy. Yeah, but it's kid theater.
Dude, it's all cheesy.
What I'm saying is,
cheesy.
if it was, hey, this guy fucked my girlfriend, I'm gonna fucking beat his ass in fucking WrestleMania, all that, I get that. But to have him come out and...
But that is for the kids.
And do this.
I mean, you gotta remember,
and the fucking... lightning bolts start. That's a little much.
No, it's for the kid. That part is for the kids and for the retarded people and stuff like that.
I'm going more towards retarded people.
But either way, you understand that it appeals to them as well as others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those people don't get into the behind the scenes stuff as much. You know, there's people who are more worried about watching John Cena actually win the fight. You know, and stuff like that. They're not into like.
I'm just saying. I think they've taken it way too far.
Yeah, why is LA Knight getting a push now, but he didn't get a push? You know, shit like that is what the super nerds are into. Where the children and the slow kids, they're all into the theatrics and the babyface dynamic.
Like, I think guys like me that appreciate the athleticism of these guys and how strong and tough they are, which is cool, and I love the fact that they can do a double backflip off the fucking rope and all that stuff. But I just don't believe it's feasibly possible to get hit in the back of the head with a fucking ladder.
None of it's feasibly possible.
10,000 times, and the referee had his back turned and didn't see it.
Dude, Hulk Hogan won with a leg drop. For 30 years, he was the best wrestler there was.
Yeah.
And his main move was bouncing off the rope and dropping his leg on you. Like, that would do anything. I don't care if you weigh 400 pounds. Just dropping a leg is not going to hurt you that bad.
Yeah.
And that would, like, put people out.
Well, when I was young,
it's not a realistic thing,
Rocky
but that's not
Johnson
the point.
doing the Boston Crab. That's what it was back then.
Like I said, I don't even watch wrestling much anymore. I watch the big events like a SummerSlam and WrestleMania and stuff, but I can tell you what happens in every storyline because I read about it every Monday and Friday night.
I guess the part that pisses me off is the ref having his back turned. Hey, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna jump in the ring and I'm gonna distract him for a second. You beat him with a hammer, even though TV saw it.
That's all part of the
it.
theater.
Yeah.
My favorite part about wrestling is the ref. In certain parts, like, all right, they got him backed in the corner and the guy's hitting him and stuff, and the ref's like counting and then trying to break him up. What's against the rules at that point?
Yeah.
I think in the ref's head, it's actually supposed to be wrestling. Like, I think that's the whole thing is they're supposed
keeping track of the points.
No, they're both out there. Like, you're supposed to be amateur wrestling, and everything you do is illegal. That's why the ref yells at you anytime you do an offensive move. The ref's like, doing this shit, and it's like, what do you mean? Aren't they fighting? But no, they're not doing wrestling moves, so the ref's mad.
I guess I get it from the storyline standpoint, but like I said, I like seeing a fucking guy like this doing a fucking triple Lindy off the fucking rope. I get all that. But these fucking guys that you talk to that can tell you every guy. And
they're fucking nerds, dude.
The biggest, ultimate nerds.
But
I would hang out with darters before I would hang out with the crazy wrestling people.
Let's pretend like they're not the same people.
Well, they are.
Well, the only one of the crazy wrestling people is the only guy in the darts also.
No, I mean, There's a lot of people that I know that can tell you a lot about wrestling.
Oh, no, I know that, but
I can't.
the only darter you know is also super into wrestling. I imagine most of those darters.
He is into wrestling.
Oh, yeah, more than I am. Yeah, he's one of those dudes that know even the other shows.
Nate's pretty into wrestling.
Nate's super into WWE wrestling.
They're different.
Well, yeah, of course. There's like 5 organizations, and you get the super nerds. They follow all of them. They know what's going on in a Japanese league and shit like that. I mean, there's a lot of different wrestling organizations. Nate and me are more, and well, me, I know a lot about the AEW stuff too, but I'm a 2-organization wrestling fan. There's some 6 organizations. Did you watch Ring of Honor on Thursday night? No, I was watching New Japan on Friday, shit like that.
Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah, I don't disagree there.
Hard pass for me.
But that nerdum goes deeper than you would ever fucking know. But it's the same thing with the NFL. Look at fucking Marchetti with the NFL. This guy did 24 drafts leading up to our draft. Fake fucking drafts.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my 3rd draft, I had a... It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, you dork? You're doing fake fantasy football drafts? Well, I got to see where so-and-so goes in the 8th round, and normally he goes in the 7th round, and I thought... Fuck you. All right. Fuck you, dude. And then he never does good.
No, he doesn't do good.
Nick Marchetti, you're greatest at everything, but never actually does any good.
Injuries, dude.
Yeah, it's always
Injuries.
Something. Whatever. Fuck
Everybody
you.
risks it. Fuck you, Nick.
Yeah, fuck you, Nick.
Hey, you know what?
You're
Let's go to the asshole, because I got one.
I don't have one, but you go ahead.
I got one. My asshole of the week is a business establishment called Goodfellas here in Anderson.
Fuck you, Goodfellas.
Okay, first, and this really pissed me off.
And make sure we let it know it's not the same chain that has the one in OTR and the one in Pleasant Ridge.
Yeah, it's not Goodfellas.
Yeah,
it's
it's
Goodfellas.
a different thing. I believe only in Anderson.
Now,
you couldn't have come up with a more original name?
Now, I will tell you that the environment, the ambiance was fine. Sports everywhere.
It's just a bar.
Yeah, sports everywhere, though.
bar.
You never felt cramped or crowded. And,
No, well, not on a...
the food was 5 out of 10 tops.
You'd be crowded on a busy week.
Yeah, like a Bengal day that they were out of town, yeah.
Well, just on a regular Saturday night.
Here's why they're my fucking asshole. What kind of bar these days has pint beer glasses with no logos on them?
Oh, you're upset you couldn't steal anything?
I went there perfectly planning on stealing at least 2.
Perfectly planning.
Because there's a bar. Yeah, I had to figure out where they were going, everything. But the whole point is their glasses, no fucking logos. Good. That means you don't have a good relationship with any fucking beer company that's going to give you a couple cases of fucking no fucking logos on the fucking glasses. I don't go to a bar twice a week. I go to a bar a couple times a month. So when I go, I plan on adding to the fucking stolen beer glass collection. But I didn't steal any from Goodfellas because there's no fucking logos on them.
Dude, I'll tell you who was completely right about you. It was Ronnie Carter who wrote in. This is the second most Christopher Columbus shit I've ever heard in my life. You're asshole of the week. You're mad at someone because they didn't have the right shit you wanted to steal from them. You're fucking 57 years old, dude.
I'm not a thief.
You're stealing beer glasses.
I don't steal anything like money or anything.
You are
I'm
a thief.
Beer glass. I'm not a thief.
You steal.
That's the only thing I steal.
That doesn't matter. Most robbers only steal money. You're out there stealing some useless shit.
Not to me, it's not useless.
I did imagine that some guy robbing a bank. I'm not a thief. I've never stole Jolly Ranchers from a CVS. You son of a bitch.
I am not a thief. I take a beer glass, and I think I'm entitled to it because I tip good.
You are a Christopher Columbus motherfucker, dude.
I am not.
You may as
Don't
well.
turn this on me.
You may as well kill an Indian.
You're killing the segment for me.
Go over there and kill an Indian.
You're killing the segment for me. And by the way, Indian is not a culturally acceptable.
It is when you're killing them. All right? No one fucking scalps a Native American. You scalp an Indian.
But the whole thing is, I'm not stealing anything of value. These guys dropped 20 of them while we were there. Okay, I'm not stealing anything.
Well, they should be fired and you should go to
put
jail.
The company in the fucking poorhouse. I'm stealing a beer glass for the collection.
That's not the point. At this point, the whole point is that you keep on saying stealing over and over again and then saying I'm not a thief. That's the fucking definition.
I don't think thief means that. I mean, I think thief is, hey, I'm not having Chris to the party because my fucking stereo might show up missing. Hey, I'm not having Chris.
That's a different kind of thief. It's definitely a worse thief.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of thief.
It's,
hey, Chris ain't coming over, dude. I got money in the fucking bedroom. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, hide the
I
pills.
steal a beer glass.
Hey, hide the pills. I got my friends coming over.
Right.
I used to have to do that shit. That always sucked.
But I'm saying I'm not that kind of thief.
Yeah.
I will never steal from my friends. I will never steal from anybody I know. Nothing. I steal a beer glass. Mm-hmm. It's not asking much. It's a beer glass.
You're a thief. And that's fine. You know, you can be a thief.
I'm a thief.
Yeah, we'll get your picture taken. Get you right next to Trump.
Except I'll be holding up the fucking sign.
Yeah.
I'll be like Billy Blazejowski going.
Who's that?
Old reference.
Of course. So now explain
Michael
it.
Keaton, when he got arrested, he was,
As who?
Billy Blazejowski.
That's a movie?
No, Night Shift was the movie.
Oh my God, you suck.
Michael Keaton's one of the coolest dudes walking the
I
planet.
get it, man. But no one got the reference.
When he got
No
arrested, well, anybody my age did.
There's no one that's your age that's still...
That was a cult movie, dude.
I know, but everyone your age
was
is
him
like...
and Fonzie.
He's like dead or
Him and
watching
Fonzie.
Matlock. That's all they're doing.
Him and Fonzie were pimps.
the Fonz.
Well, anyway, when he went to get his thing done, Henry Winkler went up and did the normal thing, and he went up and went. The guy said 3, 2, 1, and he went. And gave him a fucking shit-eating grin. That would be me during a mugshot. Normally. But then I'd know I was going to jail afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I steal a beer glass. That's all I steal.
I'm calling the cops next time.
I don't go to grocery stores and eat grapes out of the fucking produce section.
Neither do I.
I don't steal anything from businesses.
Eat grapes
that
out of the
aren't
produce
bars.
section. What kind of weirdo does that?
A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, go grab a couple grapes.
That's cool.
It's theft.
Well, I mean,
But the whole point is, it's a beer
I'd argue
glass.
the grapes are worth less than the beer glass.
But it's like, hey, we're not going to hire.
Maybe not in today's economy.
No company will ever say, not going to hire Chris. He's a thief. I don't steal from the people I work for.
Because you haven't got caught.
I've never stolen from work.
I don't know, man. I think
steal a beer glass.
If you went home and took a picture of your whole collection and go, he stole these, and showed that to an employer before, yeah, they wouldn't hire you. Now, because you're looking at all of them at that point. How many you got?
93.
93. What do you need 93 glasses?
Because they're all different logos.
Where's your stopping point?
They're all different logos.
You know, stopping at 99?
When I run out of room.
You would think you're already there.
No, I'm not there.
Right.
A lot of shelves.
Okay, well, if you got a picture of all 93 of your glasses and you showed them to your employer and said these were all stolen, you don't think they'd have a little fucking hesitancy before they assign you to the contract?
See, now you're going to make me cut the segment.
Why?
I'm kidding. I steal a beer glass when I go to a bar twice a month.
I'm putting this on your LinkedIn.
Forgive me.
You're fucked, dude.
Do I have a LinkedIn?
I don't think so. I don't know. Do you?
I don't think
Don't
so.
ever do it. If anybody has ever thought about signing up for LinkedIn, I did it like a year ago just because I wanted to read an article, and you had to have an account to read the article. I've never seen a company send spam like LinkedIn. I get like 9 emails a day.
Where'd you go? Stanford?
And it's a dirty trick.
Did you go to Stanford?
On my profile?
Yeah.
I didn't even put anything on it.
Oh, you should have.
It's just
Stanford.
my name. My name and where I work. That's all I put on it. Yeah, I should build a fake good one.
You graduated. I come loudy.
Yeah. I should. I definitely should do a good one, but I don't. I just had a normal thing. But the thing it does that I don't like, it tells you whenever anyone looks at your fucking profile. So then you can't even snoop because as soon as you look at someone's profile, they know you're looked at the profile. And then they end up looking at yours. I don't like it. I don't like the system. I like being anonymous. I like looking at your profile and you not fucking knowing that I'm looking at your profile.
Oh,
All right?
everybody knows when you look at it?
Yeah, as soon as you look at it, you get a notification. Fucking so-and-so looked at your shit. And there's some people that's looked at my profile that I don't want looking at my profile, all right?
I can imagine.
Well, with that being said, there's nothing on my profile, so I don't really give a shit.
All right, well.
I don't have an asshole this week. I guess it's going to be teased just for being a Christopher Columbus motherfucker.
It's beer glass. It's a fucking beer glass.
He's a thief, dude.
And you know what? No, I'm not a thief.
You're a thief.
I fucking resent that.
You can resent whatever you want.
All right, you're a drug addict.
What drug?
Drug addict. Doesn't matter what
just
drug.
any drug?
Anyone who abuses any drug is a drug addict to me. You're
fair enough. With that being said, you're a drug addict then.
What do I abuse?
Nicotine?
That's not a drug.
Yes, it
It's
is. Look
legal.
it up. Look it up.
It's legal.
A legal drug. Percocet's legal.
All right, now I've got to name your price because of a documentary I was watching the other day.
You were working it.
No, I was watching this documentary. I found that it was on fucking Film Plus on the fucking thing. I was searching for documentaries. This was about...
I don't know what Film Plus is, but good.
Film Plus is on the Fire Stick. It's the thing you watch all the movies with, and you're the one that told me to do it. So anyway.
Oh, cool.
I don't know about you, but I'm a person that cannot eat. I can't consume things that I find unappealing. Mm-hmm. Something in my body rejects them. I can't get them down. You know what I mean? Here, you're going to eat fucking lamb nuts. They sound gross because they're testicles, but you're going to eat them. I can't do that. I was watching the show.
I don't mind that, by the way.
See, I can't do it. I physically can't
nuts.
do it.
I try. The only reason I didn't have Rocky Mountain oysters when I had them on the menu that I was at is because they were just too expensive. I wasn't going to pay $20 for a joke.
But you would have eaten them.
Yeah. If you would have gave me one, like if it would have said one nut $6 or something like that, I probably would have done that. But like, I don't know how many nuts they give you. But either way, I wasn't paying $20 for a giggle. You know?
See, so then this name your price isn't going to be good.
Well, it depends on what it is, dude. I mean,
there was a restaurant,
right.
and it was in, I believe it was Texas. Mm-hmm. And the special of this place was buffalo penis and beef testicles. That was the meal. You ate a buffalo's dick, and you had the fucking nuts of a bull nuts. There's no fucking way I can get that down without vomiting. It comes out looking like a penis. It doesn't have a head on it or anything, but it's a long piece of meat, and you know it's a dick.
Yeah, you know, I would want it like cut up and put in some like pasta or something.
Well, you go to this restaurant, you're not cutting it up and putting it in pasta. You're getting it the way they do it. You got a little fucking side of nuts and a buffalo dick. How much would you have to get paid to eat that? For me, it's a lot. I would vomit. I can't eat stuff I don't like. I can't eat stuff that creeps me out. I can't.
I don't know. You know, I get that again. I was going to order those for I was going to pay, but I wasn't going to pay a lot. I don't think you. But that wasn't a dick too. I don't know. There's something different about a dick than balls. I don't know why, but just seems like it.
About 10,000 loads of cum have come out of your meal.
Yeah, but where'd they come from?
The balls.
Yeah, exactly.
You're eating those too.
Exactly. So I mean, I don't
you
know.
get a double load of cum. I
don't know if the cum, but I feel like the cum is kind of like it gets cooked out. You know, it's not raw.
I'm sure it does.
There. It's like bacteria. You know, it gets certain temperature, the cum's gone. All right, I'm not eating the
dick
cum.
and balls.
I'm eating fried dick and balls. So it's not the cum that's the problem. Still, dude.
The million gallons of piss that have come out the end of that thing.
And there's still can I take pictures and make this a unique experience, or do I have to eat this in privacy and no one knows? Because there makes a difference.
You're in a restaurant.
I'm in a restaurant.
Going to this restaurant.
Okay.
I don't care if you fucking do it Facebook Live.
Because you're doing dick and balls, and I got to finish and stuff, and not just take a taste.
Finish your plate, son.
$50.
$50.
I do it for $50. I'd eat a dick and balls for $50.
Really?
Not a human dick and balls. That's weird. But yeah, I'd eat some cow dick and balls or whatever.
I'd need a lot of money. Because I would need something to tell my body, don't puke this up.
It has to be an animal that I eat already. Like, I ain't eating no gorilla dick.
Do you eat buffalo?
I eat buffalo. I've had buffalo. Bison,
well, that's
whatever.
what it is. It's
fine.
a buffalo cock.
It's a big dick.
Yeah.
You got to finish the whole dick. See, I
don't think you're getting the whole cock. You're probably just getting a segment.
Getting a sliver of the cock.
But you could be getting the part where the head was.
Does that make it worse?
I don't know.
I think I want closer to the head than the base, just based on thickness.
How about if they? Well, I think it's done by weight. So, but what if you got it and it still had a head on it?
That would
eat the head.
That would hurt
too.
me. I don't even know what a buffalo dick looks like.
Let's say hypothetically it looked like a human dick.
Yeah, well then it would bother me. But
the fucking head looking at you.
Would you use the split as a way to put your fork in?
However you want. I mean, it's cooked pretty well. It probably falls apart.
Oh, falls off.
Fork tender.
Falls off the bone.
But let's say you did get it and there was a big mushroom head on the end of that fucker that just looked exactly like your dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here. Bon appetit. Bon appetit.
God damn. You got some hot sauce?
I would need $10,000.
What do you think? If you had to dip your dick in something, what would it be?
Probably something like hot sauce, which would kill the taste of the dick.
Yeah.
But maybe the dick wouldn't taste bad.
Because initially I go with like a ranch hot sauce mix. I like that kind of thing. Treat it like a buffalo wing. But the more you think about it, a dick kind of looks like a hot dog. So or maybe mustard and ketchup is the way to go. I'm not sure on that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what I put on my dick.
But the nuts, when I saw the nuts, they weren't full bull nuts. They were cut up. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that might be a little easier to get down. But they're nuts. They're balls. Yeah,
I definitely. Maybe, what's the sauce they put on like a steak and asparagus?
Oh, like the hollandaise?
Yeah, like that stuff. I'd want some of that put on the balls. I believe that would give it like a little better of a texture or taste anyways. Yeah, a little sweetness.
Ooh, maybe just throw on some barbecue on that.
Nah, I don't want barbecue balls. I don't know. That seems too too ethnic. I just want I think what I would go with is the ketchup, or not the ketchup, the ranch and the hot sauce mix.
But let's say even more so to fuck
I think
with
blue
you.
cheese would really gross me out.
All right, well, let's
put
say
a little blue cheese on the
put
dick.
the sauce, the blue cheese sauce, coming out of the head to look for effect.
Ooh, nice chunky piece.
So now you're eating a cummy dick.
Oh.
But it had a head on
looks.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
just for
fucking
looks.
head, dude. $10,000.
That's why that white sauce you put on the asparagus too would be good though. It has
That's
like even
yellow.
like
Hollandaise is yellow.
It has like a cummy consistency. You
Yeah,
know?
totally.
Yeah, I like that.
See, my throat is sweating talking about eating a penis. I can't do it.
See, I've already got past eating the dick, and now I'm just thinking on the sauces you put on the side. What if it came like those Indian restaurants where you had the red, the green, and the other sauce, the brown sauce? And you don't really know what any of them are. You got to test out each one, and you realize the brown one's the only one worth a shit unless you like your face burning.
Oh, dude, it's a dick though.
Oh, I've already got past it. We're dipping.
Oh, I'm
Or
not
what's your
past
dipping sauce? Maybe a Cane's special sauce. People really
No,
love Cane's.
I think I would go
In fact,
with-
Cane's chicken's not very good. People go there just for the sauce. So maybe some balls in that sauce wouldn't be bad.
I would need a sauce that would totally overpower my fucking taste buds. That's why I'm thinking I would need like a really spicy hot sauce. So I could maybe just for a second forget. I mean, I'd go with the pain of the hot sauce, the fucking
Yeah, you want-
capsaicin burning me up than I would the fucking knowing that I
You
got a
wouldn't be
cock in
thinking
my
about
mouth.
dick in your mouth.
Yeah,
What is bull dick?
it's buffalo dick.
Buffalo dick. And you don't know the gender of the buffalo. I mean,
The females don't have dicks.
come on. I know some females with dicks. Things are different nowadays.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. You don't know. You don't know what that buffalo identifies as. All right.
That I don't.
That could be some nice female dick you're eating.
I'm not eating a dick.
And I bet you she has hair.
I
in her
need
legs.
$10,000.
$10,000?
Yeah.
Jesus
I can't-
Christ.
I'm telling you, I can't eat. I couldn't eat a fucking lobster
I
tail,
think if
dude.
I had $500, five
No.
fresh $100 bills in my hand, and you had some fucking Rocky Mountain oysters, you'd be eating a couple balls.
I would throw up.
So throwing up's worth $500. I'll throw up right now. You got $500? I'll throw up right now, right on fucking Thomas Jefferson's face for $500.
He had slaves.
Dick. Fucking asshole.
I cannot eat things I don't like. That's why I will not eat Indian food.
Indian food's delicious though.
I don't know what's in that fucking shit looking gravy. I don't know what's in there.
not
If I
gravy.
can't identify the food, I'm not gonna fucking eat it.
They kind of tell you what's in it. Curry.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you. What's your fuck you, dudes?
You go first.
All right, bro. Bro, you said you'd be in the fantasy football league, bro. What you had to go out and celebrate Putin's birthday? Huh, bro? You fat son of a bitch. You did not show up. You tell me last second. Can't come. Daughters. I don't believe you, bro. I think you could have came, bro. I think you full of shit. No. Fuck you, Evo. Anybody that drops off at the fantasy league in the last 2 days, you had weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
I told you way in advance when it was, and I made it very clear that you have to be here to be in my fucking league. I'm not getting screwed
Agreed.
again. I'm never getting screwed again. I'm never fucking drafting someone's team so they can win. All right, I made a little bit of an exception this year for one of our buddies because he had death in the family, but outside of that, no. And even he showed up for most of his draft, you know, and he had death in the family excuse, you
Yeah.
know, so I would have let that one slide. But no, bro, old Evo, Bulgarian bastard, did not show up, and he is my fuck you of the week.
And do you know why he should be your fuck you of the week?
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because over a fucking month ago, I was on a game with him,
Yep.
and he told me that he might not be able to come to swing shift now because he just got the schedule for the whole year for his daughters.
Oh, okay.
So he's had the schedule for a fucking month.
He told me, well, and then I seen pictures of him. He was at Legoland all
he
day.
said, I'm looking at the schedule, bro. I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here, and I can't come to swing because of all these fucking days. He knew a month ago what his schedule was, so he knew this thing coming up this weekend a month ago.
like I said, and on his Facebook, it was him, pictures of him, and granted, he didn't ditch us to go get pussy or anything. He's hanging out with his daughters, which I respect, and I even told him that. I was like, dude, you should choose your kids over the fantasy football draft.
Of course.
Especially if it was a last-minute thing, but I know it wasn't, because they were at fucking Legoland. Legoland's never last minute.
No.
Legoland's
That's
open
planned.
every day, man. You can go earlier,
and
you
like
can go
said,
later.
He said he had the fucking thing. He goes, you go with me to New Orleans, bro. We get fucked up there. I go to New Orleans this month. I'm going to New York this time. And he had the whole fucking schedule for the cheerleading.
Yeah.
And granted, yeah, your kids, hey, you always choose them. But you knew a month ago about this weekend, dude. You fucking knew. Because you told me I have the whole year here.
And instead we got Cody, and the only thing I mean, Cody's kind of a mystery to me. One thing I do know about Cody, he told me this a long time ago, that he liked the idea of a girl stepping on his dick. And I've always, ever since then, I've always felt weird about Cody.
I don't like that idea.
You don't like that idea?
I don't want my
Some
dick
dudes
stepped
are into
on.
pain.
I know, but that'd be a different kind of pain. That
Yeah.
could be permanent damage.
Not always. Not if I mean,
Have you ever heard of fucking Peyronie's disease, my friend?
I don't think they like use all. You can step on a dick without putting all your weight on it. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but we've seen guys chained up to the wall with a girl kicking full force in the nuts.
He didn't say he wanted full force kicked in the nuts. He said stepped on his dick. I don't know what that means. Maybe he has a foot fetish. Maybe when they put their feet on his dick, it makes him come. I don't
passing
know.
on the foot on the dick.
I'm passing too. Why do you think I think he's a fucking weirdo? Now he's in our league because fucking bro dropped out for last second.
Seems to know his football.
He's fine. I like Cody.
Yeah, Cody's a great guy.
Hey, I mean, some people like getting their dick stepped on. Who am I to judge?
I do not want my dick stepped on. Cody's married. I wonder if his wife steps on his dick.
Maybe that's why he said I do.
Or maybe she won't step on his dick. That's why he has to think about it.
That's his fetish.
Yeah, because I'm thinking maybe he tries to talk her into it. You know those nights when you're drunk?
Yeah.
And sometimes like a husband will, hey, I'm going to get her drunk tonight. I might be able to go in the ass, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Maybe his is, I'm going to get her fucked up tonight. Maybe she'll step on my dick.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Yeah.
Everybody tries shit with their wives
and it's
when
always
they're drunk.
and it's always nice for the wife because now you got the eternal quest. You know, like you've already established a relationship, everything's good, you're married, but there's always that one cookie you might be able to sneak out eventually.
Like I know a ton of guys. I know at least 2 guys that, hey, I'm going to get her drunk one night. She's going to invite her friend over, and I'm going to fucking watch them go at it.
That's a different kind of eternal cookie, but I either way, this guy just wants his dick. Hey, Cody's wife, step on his dick, man. Give the guy a little.
Hey, Cody, look, I'm a friend. I'll step on your dick.
I don't think it's the same. I don't think they're looking.
I'll do it barefoot, shoes on. I got a nice pair of Doc Martens that I can fucking step on.
I'm getting grossed out. What's your fuck you?
My fuck you goes out to McAllister's Deli.
Wasn't that your fuck you last week?
No.
I think you're fucking McAllister's. Yeah, it was like last week or the week before.
They were never my fuck you.
Maybe you were just mad at him. Go on.
At McAllister's?
Yes, last week.
Well, I was mad at him this time.
Go on.
Okay. Fuck you to McAllister's Deli on Harrison Avenue. Here's the deal. I don't ask for a lot when I order food. I get it pretty plain, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I go there because I know I'm starting keto the next day. This was about a week and a half ago.
Oh, celebration
And I want to
day.
get
You want
one
some
of the
bread.
I want the fucking giant potato.
Oh, those are delicious.
From McAllister's. Mm-hmm. So I get the deluxe potato, which is butter, sour cream, bacon, and
chives
cheese.
or some shit.
Yeah. So I'm going, okay, cool.
Basic potato.
This is what I want. Okay? So I get it. I drive home. There's no butter.
Oof.
The one thing that you got to have on a baked potato is butter.
You don't got butter at your house?
Not the point.
Well, kind of.
Not the point.
You can still enjoy it.
But all the other shit was buried. The butter has to go in first to sop into the potato.
It does make it better.
Put everything
it does
on
make
there.
it better. You're right.
Well, everything else was piled on it already.
Maybe you sure they didn't put butter on it? Just didn't put very much where you can barely even tell?
There was no butter. Absolutely no fucking butter.
Sons of bitches.
Because the butter has to go first. You put the butter in first and you let it melt and seep into the potato, and then you can bury it in cheddar cheese and bacon. No butter.
That's a disappointment.
I called him.
You called. You're a caller.
I was pissed.
Oh, you called
I was like, hey,
about butter.
I didn't say I wanted free butter or anything. I said, hey, I'm just wondering, does the deluxe potato come with butter? Oh, yeah, butter, sour cream. Well, I was just wondering because I just picked one up and there's no fucking butter.
Why?
That's a really bad thing to be fuck you about, okay?
I know.
But it shows you how boring my week was.
It was a boring week. And also, it really cracks me up that you called. Because what outside of just bitching, what is that accomplishing?
Struck me. Well, here's the reason I called.
Because all they do is they go, okay.
Here's the
fucking asshole. Hey, Tim, do you have butter on this thing? Oh,
you know what? They'll sometimes
fucking asshole.
What a reputable restaurant will do will say, hey, I apologize for that. I'm going to put a credit in your name.
Oh, so you're just looking for a handout.
No, I didn't want a handout.
God damn it. No wonder you were for Biden.
I did not want, I didn't even say anything about a fucking credit. I just asked, does this come with butter? But anyway, here's why I was pissed. Here's why I called. Because earlier, when I was calling the order in, I had it on my fucking phone. I wanted the phone number. So when I was eating this dry potato, I went on to check email
Did it taste
or whatever.
like Steve's wife's potato salad?
No, it had salt on it.
Okay.
I turned my phone on, and there was McAllister's Deli. So I'm like, well, that's a sign. Call. No fucking butter, dude.
It's not a sign per se. It's just the last thing you looked at your phone. So, of course, it was still there.
I was mad, choking down this dry potato.
That wasn't God. That's just the way phones work.
This was cheat day before the keto.
I
You've
get
been
it,
there.
dude. I would have ran up to UDF and got a snack bar or something. I would have got my calories in.
So fucking pissed off
Fatty.
because presentation-wise, it's a beautiful product. It tastes about this fucking big, and it's loaded with all this good stuff. But there's no fucking butter. So
Hey, I
I
had a
passed.
muffin yesterday from Starbucks.
How was it?
Good.
Was it? Was it like $11?
Probably. I don't know. $11. Some fucking transgender kid handed it to me. Whatever. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But either way, I recommend the muffins at Starbucks. That's how I'm leaving off this week. That's how fucking bad this week is. I'm leaving with recommendations for fucking Starbucks. You got anything else to say?
No, sorry for the shitty show. We didn't have anything to say. We had boring weeks.
And if you complain about it, I hope you get herpes.
Die.
Kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.